In today's channel Messages from the Guides, we talk about the holiday season and how that starts to affect you. You need to come back to the understanding that you aren't in charge of everyone else, their behavior, how they react, or anything. The only thing you're in charge of is yourself, and that is the only thing that you need to bring with you this holiday season. So, for those of you that are new to the channel, I am a light worker that uses automatic writing to receive messages from my guides, and I share their messages here on the channel. So let's get into this week's reading. Your focus is ever changing. This is why you must be aware of it. You are often very driven by your surroundings, circumstances, expectations, and those around you. The goal is to keep bringing yourself out of autopilot and come back into the present moment where you can view things from a neutral perspective before making choices. Holidays or seasonal times of year are often very difficult to navigate. Though some find it joyous and look forward to it, for others it's a reminder of things lost, stressful situations, or financial obligations. Don't assume everyone is having the same experience as you or view things the same. Everyone needs what they need at different times to find their balance, peace, or place in life. Family is not always a happy situation for everyone due to a multitude of scenarios or situations. Pushing your views or values is not community, connection, or love when someone is not in your shoes and is handling things that you might not see or understand. Find a way to come from a place of support no matter the circumstances. You can't change other people's situations, upbringing, or perspective, but you can change how you interact and how open and accepting you plan to be. Acceptance does not mean judgment or trying to tell someone what you would do or how you'd approach something. Unsolicited advice comes across as judgment and takes away the other person's voice, say, or experience from them. Often just lending a shoulder or an ear is all that is needed. Everyone is living their own lives, and they need to come to their own power and autonomy in these situations. Find the balance between acceptance and support, and know how to recognize boundaries. Though your intentions might be good, how they are received doesn't always land that way. You don't always have to buy into the victim role that others might paint themselves to be. Often, that is a perspective. That is them not recognizing their power and making the choices they need to remove themselves from situations. This is not to say that there aren't actual victims, but once you heal what caused you to allow these scenarios, you'll find that it was always just a choice point, and you were a shift of perspective away from choosing differently and resolving that situation. The victim must come to that on their own. They must be the one to save themselves, to break the cycle and heal what led them to that situation in the first place. In most, but not all scenarios, there will still be actual situations that are harder to remove yourself from, especially for those most vulnerable who don't fully have control over their lives. The point is, use a discerning eye and watch for manipulation and accountability scenarios. There are those who will take advantage of and weave the stories when they want to receive something from others. There are many who are emotionally vulnerable at this time of year, and those that prey on that for personal gain. You must remember your strength is in your awareness, your ability to pause, open your eyes, view situations from the witness position, and then choose how to react and respond. If something doesn't feel right, it probably isn't. Trust your instincts, trust your gut, and what you have learned. There is nothing forcing you to react a certain way. Don't let other people's agendas guilt you into something that is not yours to handle. Hold your truth, hold your boundaries, come into your power. You get to choose the narrative and the story that gets told. What is it that you need, and what are your priorities? Your priorities set the tone for what you allow and what you receive. Are your priorities peace or validating your point? Are your priorities your well being and needs, or family and keeping those relationships going despite the roller coaster or toxic effect it might have on you? These are all choices, and you get to make them. You aren't a child locked under someone else's rules. This is your life, and you get to make choices on how it is lived and what you allow. Anything that you don't change, you are allowing. So the question is, what have you agreed to, and how is it serving you? You'll notice with age that there are a lot of adults that stop caring about what others think and start taking back their lives. You'll also notice with the new generations that they will walk away much quicker from toxic situations and environments. The realization that you don't have to accept toxic behavior or environments anymore is spreading. These are options and choices. If your partner is toxic, you can leave and date someone else. If your family is toxic, you can distance yourself, cut members off, or set firmer boundaries. If a job is toxic, there are other jobs and ways to pay bills that you can try instead. There is no longer a need to continue to tolerate darkness, negativity, or any toxic traits. These things need to either change and improve or deal with the loss caused by that behavior. This is why finding your tribe is so important. It gives you that strength when you might not feel strong enough to push through these changes or dynamics. It gives you those who accept you for where you are and there to support you through any changes you want for yourself. The most important part of that statement is that you want for yourself. Acceptance is not forcing others to change, but allowing them to get there on their own terms, when they are ready, without pressure, judgment, or conditions. Finding these characteristics in those you surround yourself with are key. It allows you to be yourself, thrive in your gifts, all without fear, without judgment, and without drama. Life is only as hard or as easy as you allow it to be, and it all comes down to your choices, your boundaries, and your self worth. Once you love yourself and heal your self esteem, you become very selective in the types of people or energy you will allow into your life and into your space. This is where you have control. This is where the difference can be made. Often you forget that you don't have to allow or tolerate the things that aren't working for you. But once you start recognizing that it's a choice and surround yourself with others who have come out the other side of those scenarios, you'll quickly find your strength to make those calls and realize they weren't hard calls, you just weren't ready yet, but you are now. That's part of growth, recognizing that sometimes you need to be ready before change can happen. Like those that need to hit rock bottom before they can dig out. There often needs to be that catalyst that makes you recognize something isn't working to get you to finally have the courage to take action. This is why you can't force change on others. If they aren't ready, they will continue the bad habits, they will look for the comfort in the familiar, and they will quit when things become difficult. They need to come to it on their own to have the drive and determination needed to make it through to the other side. That is not your responsibility to get them there. They must want to go after it for themselves. You must remember what is and isn't your responsibility and let go of those lower vibrations for the things that aren't yours to carry. You can't feel guilty about how others choose to live their lives, even if you see the solution, even if you want better for them. It is not your fight. It is not your battle. It is not your life to live. Let go and let be. You can only control your life and what you allow. Though all souls are connected, it is still the individual's journey, and there are things that you don't see, lessons that you don't understand that the other might need to work through. That is their journey, that is their path. Even if you care about them and want to see them thrive, they need to want that for themselves to get there on their own terms. Let go of all the energy that comes from empathy. Don't get drugged down by association. It's great to be supportive, but there are other ways to do that without having your vibration come down due to others' choices and journey. You have your own to worry about. When you keep your vibration high, it allows others to see what is possible and what to strive for by contrast. This can be the lighthouse or the beacon that they need to help them out. This is why you need to stay true to yourself. It allows others to want that for their lives and to strive for something better at a higher vibration to meet you there instead of you coming down to their level. You must maintain your path in what it is that you need for your life. Though you will have interactions and experiences with others, that does not mean that you must stop being yourself or stop doing what is best for you in your life. You are only responsible for you, so show up for yourself and hold your ground. Those interactions are to learn or enhance your life. They do not need to derail or take over your time and energy. You own those things and are the gatekeeper. You determine what you allow and how it affects you. Keep that in mind through the holiday season. There are no boxes that need to be ticked or rules that you need to follow. You only need to show up as yourself and hold your vibration. Remember, not everyone is having the same experience as you or views life through the same lens. Everyone has their own needs and priorities that they are working with. Things won't always fall into place. You can't control that. But what you can control is yourself, what you allow, and how you react, the vibration you show up at, and how the interactions affect you. Choose what works for you, not what works for everyone else. You are all fractals of the whole, sharing your views and experiences with each other. The best gift you can give is showing up as yourself instead of watering that down to appease the beliefs of others. Let them see who you are and make their own decisions. You don't need to play a part other than yourself. Find the strength to be you, and it'll allow others to be themselves as well. Start a new tradition of loving yourself and see what helps to nourish in your life and in others. It might be the best gift you ever receive. Thank you, and I will see you next week.